Every long flight has that one passenger who boards looking normal and lands looking completely drained. Dry mouth, heavy eyes, stiff body, swollen hands, confused face, and then they say the same thing. I just can't sleep on planes. But here's what experienced flight attendants understand. Most passengers are not bad at sleeping. They are bad at preparing their body to sleep in a place that is working against them. In 2026, long flights are brighter, fuller, noisier, and more distracting than ever. Phones glow all night, seatback screens stay on, apps keep buzzing, and when the wheels touch down, you still have to find your passport, read unfamiliar signs, stand in immigration, collect luggage, and act alert after barely resting. The best sleepers on long flights do not just sleep more. They control the cabin before the cabin controls them. And the final trick is the one many travelers get backward, because sleeping until the wheels touch down can actually make arrival harder. So, let's start with the rule crew. Think about before most passengers even fasten their seatbelt. 1. The destination clock rule. The first sleep mistake is not the pillow, the seat, or the blanket. It is the clock you are obeying. Many travelers follow the mood of the airplane. The cabin lights dim, trays disappear, window shades close, and everyone assumes the plane is saying, "Now sleep." But that schedule is built around service, not around your first morning after landing. This is why experienced long-haul crew think in destination time. CDC's Yellow Book explains that jet lag happens when your internal body clock is out of sync with the time zone you are entering. That means the smarter question is not, is the cabin quiet? It is, what time is it where I'm landing? If it is night at your destination, sleep helps. If it is daytime there, a long sleep at the wrong moment can make your first day heavier. For senior travelers, this matters even more because sleep can become lighter after 50 or 60 and jet lag can feel stronger. One wrong sleep window can leave you awake at midnight or exhausted the next afternoon. Do not let the cabin choose your bedtime. Use the destination clock. That clock sets the plan, but the next mistake is what quietly breaks the plan before your eyes even close. 2. The early darkness trick. The cabin does not need to be fully bright to keep your brain awake. A phone screen during boarding can do it. A seatback screen 3 rows ahead can do it. A tablet on the tray table beside you can do it. In 2026, even quiet time on a plane is full of glow. Airline apps, family messages, meal updates, Bluetooth earbuds reconnecting, connection alerts, and passengers scrolling because they are bored. This is where many people wait too long. They keep feeding the brain light until the exact moment they want to sleep, then suddenly pull down an eye mask and expect the body to obey. Experienced crew do not wait until they feel destroyed to prepare for rest. They lower brightness early, keep the eye mask reachable, and stop letting the cabin feed their brain little wake-up signals. The eye mask is not just comfort, it is a body clock signal. For older travelers, this can be powerful because one flash of light may not fully wake you, but it can keep rest shallow. And shallow sleep is the kind that makes you land feeling like you never truly slept. Start darkness before sleep, not after frustration. Now the cabin is quieter in your eyes, but if your body folds the wrong way, even perfect darkness will not save you. 3. The lower back first setup. A neck pillow cannot rescue a collapsing seat posture. That is the part most passengers miss. They place the pillow behind their neck, recline a little, and think the problem is solved. But slowly, the hips slide forward, the lower back rounds, the shoulders tighten, and the head starts falling forward anyway. So the traveler wakes up blaming the neck pillow, but the real problem started lower. Experienced travelers often support the lower back first. A folded jacket, scarf, small pillow, or hoodie behind the lower back can stop the body from sliding into that folded economy seat position. Once the lower back is supported, the shoulders relax more naturally, and the neck pillow finally has something to work with. Most passengers try to save the neck first. Experienced travelers save the lower back first. For seniors, this one is especially useful because stiff backs, tight hips, and sore knees can ruin the first day after landing. The goal is not to turn an economy seat into a bed. The goal is to stop your body from slowly fighting itself for 6 or 8 hours. A good sleep setup starts at the base, not the neck. And once the body is supported, the next trap is not posture at all. It is the shortcut that feels relaxing at first. 4. The false sleep start. The problem is not the glass. The problem is using it as the sleep button. A little wine or whiskey can make a long flight feel softer. It calms the nerves, makes the cabin less irritating, and may help you fall asleep faster. That is exactly why so many passengers trust it. But here's the part that matters. CDC's jet lag guidance warns that alcohol can make sleep more fragmented, and it also advises using caffeine strategically because the timing can interfere with sleep. So, the issue is not just what you drink, it is when you drink it, and what job you are asking it to do. That is why alcohol becomes a false sleep start. You may fall asleep faster, then wake up broken, dry, warm, restless, or strangely groggy 2 or 3 hours later. Flight attendants see the pattern often on overnight routes. A passenger relaxes early, sleeps hard for a short time, then spends the middle of the flight uncomfortable and thirsty when the body should be resting. For senior travelers, that rough wake-up can make arrival harder. You do not want to reach descent feeling unsteady while people are standing, bags are moving, immigration is waiting, and your connection time is shrinking. If sleep is the goal, let timing, darkness, posture, and routine do the work. The drink may start the sleep, but it may not protect it. The next secret is where experienced flyers stop waiting for the airplane to behave and build their own little cabin inside the cabin. 5. The 5-minute sleep bubble. Do not wait for the cabin to become peaceful. It will not. Someone opens a shade, a baby cries, a seatback screen glows, a lavatory door slams, the cart rolls through, a phone drops, the seatbelt sign chimes, crew prepare service quietly in the galley. The airplane may look asleep, but it is still moving, blinking, and interrupting. That is why experienced crew do not keep rest tools buried in the overhead bin. They build the bubble before they need it. Eyes, ears, warmth, support, seatbelt, eye mask for light, earplugs or headphones for noise, hoodie or scarf for warmth, jacket or pillow for support, and the seatbelt fastened visibly over the blanket so crew can see it during checks without waking you. The real system is not one expensive item. It is putting simple items together before the cabin starts interrupting you. For older travelers, every interruption can make sleep harder to restart. Once the mind starts checking the cabin, rest becomes shallow. The cabin does not need to become peaceful. You need to stop letting it reach you. Now, here is the strange part. The next sleep killer does not feel like a mistake. It feels like something to do while you wait. 6. The gate delay coffee trap. The most dangerous coffee is not always the one served on the plane. It is the one you buy because boarding is delayed. You know the moment. The gate is crowded, the flight is running late, everyone is checking the app, watching the screen, refreshing notifications, and waiting for the boarding group to change. You already walked around. You already used the restroom. So, you buy coffee because you are bored. That one cup can quietly ruin the first good sleep window of the flight. The problem is not caffeine itself. The problem is timing. On a long-haul flight, your body may only give you a few natural openings where sleep becomes easier. If you drink coffee right before one of them, you may spend the next 2 hours feeling tired, but strangely alert. Flight attendants treat caffeine like a tool, not entertainment. They use it when they need alertness, not simply because the gate area is annoying. For senior travelers, this matters because sleep may already be lighter and easier to disturb. A late coffee can keep the mind slightly active long after the cabin lights go down. Before the gate coffee, ask one question. Am I about to need sleep? If yes, that coffee may not be comfort. It may be the reason your tired body stays awake. At this point, the pattern changes. The next mistake comes from passengers trying to do the right thing just at the wrong rhythm. 7. Panic hydration. Water is good on a long flight. Panic water is not. A lot of travelers ignore water during boarding, forget it during the movie, wake up with a dry throat, then chug half a bottle right before trying to sleep. Now the body was dry first, overloaded second, and waking you for the restroom third. That is panic hydration. Experienced travelers know hydration is not just about amount, it is about rhythm. Sip after security. Sip lightly after boarding. Keep it steady during the first part of the flight. Slow down before your sleep window so you are not waking every hour. Then drink again 60 to 90 minutes before landing during your arrival reset. For seniors, this is practical. Some passengers avoid water because they do not want to climb over seatmates or walk the aisle too often. But ignoring water for hours can make arrival feel rougher. The body does not want panic hydration. It wants steady support. And this is where many older travelers blame age for something the cabin created. The body may not be failing. It may simply be locked in place. 8. The movement reset. Stillness is not the same as rest. That line matters on long flights. You can sit perfectly still for 6 hours and still land feeling worse because the body was not resting. It was trapped. Feet swell, knees stiffen, shoes feel tighter, ankles feel heavy, the lower back starts complaining. Then the passenger wakes up thinking, long flights are just harder for me now. They are hard, but stillness makes them harder. Flight attendants understand that movement does not have to ruin sleep. Random movement interrupts rest. Planned movement protects it. A few ankle circles before sleeping. Foot flexes while seated. Gentle calf stretches. Standing briefly when the seatbelt sign is off. A short walk if the aisle is clear. CDC travel guidance says long periods of limited mobility during travel can increase blood clot risk, and it recommends moving your legs frequently and walking around when possible on long trips. This is especially important for older passengers to hear carefully. Movement is not a distraction from comfort, it is part of comfort. The goal is not to sleep like a stone. The goal is to rest in a way your body can recover from. Once the body resets, there is one more quiet comfort mistake that usually appears only after the cabin gets dark and cold. 9. The reachable layer rule. Crew dress for the cabin, passengers dress for the airport. That difference shows up 3 hours into the flight. The airport feels warm because you are walking, carrying bags, standing in lines, and moving through crowds. But after takeoff, when you sit still for hours, the cabin can feel completely different. Feet get cold, shoulders tighten, hands feel dry. The thin airline blanket covers one area and leaves another exposed. Here is the rule. Never put your only warm layer in the overhead bin. If your hoodie, scarf, warm socks, or light jacket is above you, behind someone's roller bag and unreachable after takeoff, it is not part of your sleep system. It is just luggage. A hoodie can become warmth or neck support. A scarf can cover the shoulders. Warm socks can stop the body from tensing. A thin jacket can become lower back support. For senior travelers, cold muscles can quickly become stiff muscles, and stiff muscles create lighter sleep. Your warm layer should be with you before the cabin turns cold. The final trick sounds backwards at first, but it may be the difference between landing tired and landing in control. 10. The arrival reset. Sleeping until touchdown sounds smart. It is not always smart. Many passengers protect every last minute of sleep, then wake during descent when everything happens at once. Cabin lights brighten, announcements start, seatbacks go up, tray tables close, people reach for bags. Now the passenger is half awake, stiff, dry, and searching for glasses, passport, medication bag, shoes, warm socks, or connection details. That is not a smooth landing. That is a shock. Experienced crew know the worst time to organize your body and belongings is during descent. Frequent long-haul travelers often wake 60 to 90 minutes before arrival, especially on overnight international flights. They drink water, stretch gently, use the restroom before descent if needed, put away sleep gear, find documents, secure medication, put shoes back on properly, check connection information, mentally switch into airport mode. The last hour of the flight is not wasted sleep. It is your landing reset. Good airplane sleep is not only about how long your eyes stay closed, it is about how you feel when they open. You do not just land, you arrive. Now I'm curious, which one of these would you actually try on your next long flight? The destination clock, the sleep bubble, or the arrival reset? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to know. And if you want your next trip to feel smoother, calmer, and less exhausting, make sure you subscribe, because a long flight should not decide how your first day feels. The more you understand the cabin, the more control you have over your body before you land.